The original painting. My grandfather spent the last 20 years of his life restoring paintings, but he never believed he was repairing them. He always told me that restoration was a dangerous word because it made people believe they were returning something to the way it was before. In reality, he said most people were only replacing what they did not understand with something they could accept. I never thought much about those words when I was younger. To me, my grandfather was just an old man obsessed with damaged paintings. He would spend months sitting in silence, staring at a single crack in a canvas as if it contained a secret the rest of the world had missed. Whenever I asked him what he was looking for, he would always give me the same answer. The part everyone else decided wasn't important. After he died, I inherited his workshop. I considered selling it at first. The place was filled with old tools, unfinished paintings, and shelves of journals written in his impossible handwriting. But while cleaning the room, I found something hidden beneath a heavy cloth in the corner. A painting. There was nothing special about it at first. It showed a person standing in front of a massive white wall. No scenery, no symbols, no obvious meaning. Just a figure staring at something completely empty. I almost threw it away. Then I noticed the edges. The painting was not one painting. It was hundreds. Layers of paint covered one another, each one slightly different from the last. Some were brighter, some darker, some more detailed. It looked as if countless people had spent centuries trying to finish something that was already complete. I became obsessed with uncovering what was underneath. At first, I believed I was searching for the original, the first image, the true version before everyone else had changed it. But every time I removed a layer, I found another interpretation beneath it. A landscape became a person became a symbol became something completely different. Every generation had looked at the same image and seen something else. The strangest part was that every artist believed they were correcting the mistakes of the one before them. They were not destroying the painting, they were improving it, or at least that was what they believed. I spent months researching its history and eventually found references to it in my grandfather's journals. The painting had been passed down for centuries, traveling between families, artists, and collectors. No one knew who created it. No one knew why. But everyone agreed on one thing. The original was impossible to understand. The earliest records described it as something that could not be captured by ordinary perception. People who saw it described completely different things. Some said it showed the beginning of existence, others said it showed the end of it. Some claimed it revealed the purpose of life itself. Eventually, people stopped trying to understand it. They started trying to translate it. They created versions that were easier to explain, easier to teach, easier to pass down. And with every generation, the painting became less like what was originally created, and more like what people needed it to be. My grandfather's final journal entry was about the painting. It said, "Humanity has always feared things that are too large for the mind to hold. So we take them apart, we simplify them, we give them names, we create explanations, and eventually we forget we ever changed them." I sat in his workshop for hours after reading that. I thought about how many times humans had done the same thing. How we took things beyond our understanding and reshaped them into something that fit inside of our world. Maybe it was not because we were arrogant. Maybe it was because we were human. A person cannot hold the entire ocean in their hands. They can only carry a small amount of water and convince themselves they understand the sea. Years later, I still have the painting hanging in my home. People often ask me what it means. Sometimes I tell them about the history behind it. I tell them about the generations of artists who tried to uncover the truth hidden beneath the layers. But I never tell them what I truly believe, because the more I looked at the painting, the more I realized something. The layers were not hiding the original. The layers were the story. Every person who tried to make it easier to understand was part of what it had become. Maybe humanity has spent centuries searching for the original version of everything. The original truth, the original meaning, the original answer. But maybe we were never meant to find something untouched by us. Maybe the moment we encounter something greater than ourselves, we inevitably leave a mark on it. And maybe that is both our greatest weakness and the most human thing about us.